Aries, hello there. This is your collective love reading and it's going to run for the whole of April for you and take you into May. Guys, remember it is a collective love reading, so it's not going to fit for all of you. And you're all in different timelines as well, so I'm sure you're familiar. Some of you won't have reached this point yet, others of you will identify with it now. The rest of you may be well past this point. It's just down to you to try and engage. Spirit as well is putting out there about cafe astrology for you to go over there, input your details. If you're not sure what time you were born, just put in 12 o'clock and go down and see where your north node was placed when you were born. It's a symbol that looks like the little set of headphones. Okay, if you go down to that symbol, it'll tell you where the axis was when you was born. If you go and listen to that reading, your north node's about your karmic path. Okay, and you'll gain more, if not even more, from your reading than what you will do your sun sign reading. Spirit was telling me this specifically last night as I was meditating, and also as well strongly coming into this reading, so there's real emphasis around this here. Okay, so there's also, if you're into your numerology, you may be seeing a lot of threes at the moment, which is about coming together and working as one, creating that foundation. And if it is that you've not got the foundation yet, at least throwing ideas about between yourselves of how you're going to get there. It's about bringing in that harmony, a union, and working out how you're going to be able to advance to get to that fourth energy. So you could think of it as the Four of Wands, gaining that stability. Three as well can also bring about enthusiasm, and I'm sensing that really strongly coming into the reading, especially with that orange candle that's over at the back, the orange pendulum that's there as well. Let me just grab my wand here. It's easier to pod and pro with this thing than what it is than lean over. Bear with me a second. And you've got pink here as well, and orange and red, all of those type of colours. The representative of the Emperor card, which is assigned to you. But it can also be linked with envy, fear, rage, sorrow, confusion, jealousy, something like that. And I'm feeling here as well that there's a not wanting to revisit the past of how something used to be handled. There needs to be more cooperation here. There needs to be more of a goal orientated, a task that needs to be completed, and a feeling of reassurance, not just for yourself, but between whoever it is that you're trying to work with, of how you're going to get there, because there needs to be an ending brought to this task now, or whatever this issue is. There's a wanting to prevent it getting to the place of anger, and knowing that's where it'll go if there isn't full cooperation, or I'm getting cooperation between all of the parties, or you and your other party. But I feel Spirit's bringing in this pink here, and this pink is highlighting renewal, growth, spiritual awakenings. It's as if there's a learning curve that's taken place of how something was dealt with before, and it can't continue like that, and a shift has been necessary. And there's a recognizing now that to get to this goal, to get to this place of healing, that star energy that's up at the top, a new strategy needs to be applied here. Otherwise it's just going to be a constant Two of Pentacles energy, Capricorn energy, are constantly going round juggling something with somebody, or juggling between yourselves, and no real responsibility being taken. And with that, the stress will just continue to keep circulating. I'll give the cards one last shuffle for you, and then Spirit wants me to take from the top. But putting it out there as well, 3, that also represents the Empress card. The Empress card, that's linked to Taurus energy and also Libra. Doesn't matter if you're not involved with a Taurus. Let's see what popped out there. Page of Wands, I'll put that back in. But I do feel there is a rebirth taking place. But also as well, we are approaching the full moon in Libra, which is, I think that peaks around about the 18th. 18th of this month, so it's not that far away really. And that is about focusing, balancing things out with other parties, things being more harmonious, more fair. And when you're in that type of energy, results then gravitate towards you, like the Empress energy does. The Empress energy, even though she has done the work earlier on to get herself to that status, when she gets herself to that level, because she's been cooperative, grounded, and worked with the energies that are around her, it's allowed her to elevate or put her in an elevated position, and then results have then gravitated towards her because there's been full cooperation all around. And I feel there's something coming through in this full moon in Libra energy here, and it wouldn't surprise me if that Empress card comes out and there'll be a surge forward for you, or there's emphasis as well again about you using that full moon energy to let go of anything that you simply can't work with anymore. A completion with this approach, this mindset, this issue, whatever it is, that's what it needs to be, a completion. And I feel that's why that Ace of Swords is coming up at the top there. That can mean success, that can mean clarity, but it can also mean finality as well. Let's get cracking then. So why is everything happening between Aries and their party at the moment, please, Spirit? Well, there we go again. Page of Wands. What's going through your party's thoughts at the moment with regards to you? Four of Cups. Cancerian energy, doesn't have to be, but that's also ruled by the moon. So I feel there's some withdrawal here, some type of silence. That may be the approach that your party's having towards you, or they're just needing time out to sit and think at the moment of how they're going to move forward. But I feel there's a lack of cooperation here with another party, and they're purposely stalling. And even though you may be going in wanting to try and create that change for whatever the result is that you're trying to get to, they're coming across in this quite sulkish manner. Now, this isn't going to apply for all of you, but there's more game playing in this than for them than what you realise. What's going on within your party's day-to-day then at the moment that apparently we're not aware of? Well, there's the Sun card. Leo energy. What concerns, fears or anxieties does your party have towards you at the moment with regards to moving forward, whether you're with them or not? Wheel of Fortune. And over the next 6 weeks or in the near future, what is Spirit predicting will unfold between you and your party? What resolve or place will you get to? Now, this isn't the ultimate place you'll get to. It's just where Spirit will see it progressing over roughly that time frame. Two of Wands. That's your energy. Doesn't have to be. Bear with me a second. I'll just put these in a neater position for you guys. The reason everything's going down then between you and your party is because this Page of Wands energy. I feel they're recognising within you strongly, because that Four of Cups that's next to it, of what's going through your party's thoughts at the moment. This is just how I'm vibing, so switch the energies if need be. But I feel they're recognising a research, some enthusiasm within you, something that you're feeling confident about, but it's not about them. The Page of Wands, it can be a lovable energy, it can be a fast-acting energy, an enthusiastic energy. And whilst I don't think it's a loving energy towards this particular party, if you're not involved with them anymore, there's an enthusiastic energy towards getting something sorted so you're able to move on. That's what I'm getting. And that's why I feel that Four of Cups is next to it there, of what's going through their thoughts, because you're reaching out to them with that cup there that's there, and they're going quiet because they're trying to slow the process down. Because what we've got in their fears or their concerns or their anxieties down here is this Wheel of Fortune energy, and that's you moving forward. Now that's the universe moving you forward. That's the higher realms. There's not as much free will here. This is a higher vibrational energy that's nudging you forward. And to me, this is because you're growing. There's been an awakening that's taken place. There's been deep reflection that's been going on. And you've learned now from past experiences, which may be with this person, that there's something you don't want to revisit, whether it be a behaviour, a situation, or get involved with that person again. There's a closure here, and I feel they're fearing the closure and you're moving on, but they're witnessing within you enthusiasm and you being distracted elsewhere, and they don't like it. What can you give me then, please, Spirit, of what Aries' current energy is? That's up at the top there at the moment. Well, it's evident in those cards that with the Six of Cups that's in reverse and the Star energy, that there is something there that you're healing from, that you don't want to revisit. And the Ace of Swords to me is that finality. So what can you give me on the current energy, please, Spirit, of where Aries is at the moment in their current energy? And you want to let go of the stress. Nine of Swords. And there's your awakening. And Spirit's telling me to take another card. And the upset. I don't usually take 3 for your current energy up at the back, but 3 cards shot out with the Six of Cups, Star and Ace of Swords. And again, Spirit wanted me to take 3 clarifiers. Strong emphasis around that 3, something for you to look into. And then I'm hearing 33 as well. So numerology wise, check out 3 and check out 33 and see where that's taken you. But there's a wanting to let go of the stress here of how something was before, a wanting to not revisit it and needing to let it go. And there's a massive transformation going through with the Judgment card and the Star card. This is healing. This is realizations. This is, I'm getting another chance at something here. It may not be with that actual person or that situation, but there is definitely growth here. Spirit as well is pointing out to me about citrine. If some of you are into your crystals, using citrine for healing, but citrine is also linked to yourselves, Gemini, Leo and Libra. And again, the Libra card is also linked to the Empress, which is the number 3, and that's about growth, expansion, higher vibrational energy. And I feel this is where this Ace of Swords is coming in, because there's a finality here to the upset. I don't want it anymore. I've recognized the upset and I'm just not taking this forward with me. You wouldn't believe how powerful, how strong, how Emperor energy this feels. But Empress energy as well, there's a maternal vibe to it. So I'm getting a rebirth coming through, and I'd expect that with that Judgment card and the Star card. There's a goal you're wanting to get to. And then I'm hearing platonic. There's a reevaluating of everything, but that's not just been done by you actively doing it. You're being strongly spiritually guided, and it's as if you've been catapulted and can't quite make sense of everything. This is what I'm getting. But yet you know this change is necessary and you're using it as a learning curve, and this is where that Ace of Swords is coming in with the 3 of Swords, the finality. I'm moving on, especially from that 3 of Swords energy, that upset, wherever that's representing. Again, more Libra energy. So this Page of Wands then, please, Spirit, what can you give me of why everything's happening between Aries and their party? It's because this Ace of Swords. Again. Next card out of the deck, 4 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, There's that holding back. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the High Priestess there. What I'm getting through is that enthusiasm again. That's you going in, wanting to bring the end to something, and your party, possibly a Capricorn, doesn't have to be, is holding on tight there, really holding on to that Fourth Pentacle, not wanting to part with possibly assets, possibly communicate about the assets, but if anything, just stalling. It can be a holding back of communication, as in correspondence, emails, not willing to let go of them, not willing to part with them, money. But whatever it is, there's a holding back here. There's a not wanting to fully disclose something and try and control the energy. And that's through fear, I feel. The fear of this High Priestess energy. Maybe that you have Pisces quite strongly within your chart, or there's another factor that's in the mix here that they don't like, that they're not being told about. Something's not being disclosed. And whilst it's not a secret as such, it's just something you don't have to reveal to them. It can be something that you're now feeling enthusiastic about, and it's encouraging you to move on, and they simply don't like it. I keep getting a strong Gemini vibe coming into the reading, so it may be that you're involved with a Gemini, or something's going to unfold during May or June. That's when closure is going to take place. And there we've got Five of Swords, Aquarius energy, but that's also ruled by Venus. So I feel there's going to be, I feel that's the conflict. I feel that's the conflict that goes there, because you're keeping something quiet. They're continuing, or are going to keep continuing to cause conflict, to cause a separation between these two parties here. Even though you may not be with them. I don't feel there's anything hidden. I don't feel there's a third party connection going on here. What I feel is there's a relationship or something that's come to an end. You're moving on, Aries, or you feel enthusiastic about something else. The party that you was with, or your ex-party, recognises that, and they're trying to stall you moving forward, and they feel there's something hidden, or they know you're cracking on with your life and not fully disclosing everything to them with this high priestess energy. But there isn't a need to fully disclose everything to them now, because you're not with them anymore. And Spirit is coming in with that citrine. If it is you're into your crystals, just trying to keep yourself balanced. Working on that solar plexus energy, the root chakra and the solar plexus, if it is that you're into meditation or Reiki. What can you give me then, please, Spirit, on this Four of Cups energy of what's going through Aries party's thoughts at the moment? What can you give me on this Four of Cups? Well, Gemini energy, the lovers, that's that Gemini energy again. I'm telling you, yep, it is Gemini energy coming into the reading. So it may be that you're involved with a Gemini, but I feel there's something that's going to take place during the Gemini period, which tends to run from about the 22nd of May to the 22nd of June. There's a decision here that you're making, or you're coming into connection with somebody or something, and they don't like it, and this is why they're stalling. Next card to come out of the deck, Ace of Wands, because you feel enthusiastic about it. They're even wondering now, I feel as well, whether it's the right decision that they've made. Have you both made the right decision? And is there something still there? Because at the bottom of the deck, more Pisces energy. Nine of Cups, that's in reverse. There's a knowing, there's a conscience here that they've done something wrong, but there's a lot of doubt within them, within the decisions or the actions that they've made. Next card to come out of the deck is Two of Cups energy. And they're wondering if you were their soul partner. There's consideration here between getting the both of you back together, reaching out to you, but there's also a stubbornness vibe that's coming with this Nine of Cups energy that's in reverse. There's a knowing that they have been selfish and this is what they've triggered, or being overindulgent with something or obsessed with something, but it's because there's been something that's been going on within them. I'm getting a vibe of lack of satisfaction. And they've reached out elsewhere. And it's created complications between the both of you. And they're wondering now whether the issue was between the both of you, or whether the issue is stemming from something within them and the relationship's just been caught up in the mix. I'm getting a vibe of lack of satisfaction. And they've reached out elsewhere. And it's created complications between the both of you. And they're wondering now whether the issue was between the both of you, or whether the issue is stemming from something within them and the relationship's just been caught up in the mix. Because if the relationship has been caught up in the mix, if they're going to be single or move on to somebody else, if it's something within them, the issue is still going to be there because they're not dealing with it. They're blaming the relationship, and this is what's coming into their awareness. They know you're moving on, onwards and upwards. They can see it. It's now starting to seep in, I feel, the consequences, or they're recognising the consequences of their actions. And their fear is that you're going to find your ideal in somebody else, and this has been triggered because of how they behaved. It's now starting to seep in, I feel, the consequences, or they're recognising the consequences of their actions. And their fear is that you're going to find your ideal in somebody else, and this has been triggered because of how they behaved. They've behaved in a certain way. It's caused you to part ways. You've now gone on and found your ideal, and they want to be seen as the ideal. There's that vibe again that I'm saying, that they didn't want you to do well while she was with them, but they also don't want you to do well while you're not with them either. There's a very competitive vibe that's going on here. And this is where the stalling's coming in with this Four of Cups energy. They're really being given a lot to think about, and there's no avoiding it now. And I feel this is where the hesitations are coming in between the downloads, because this is the channeling of their energy. And maybe why they're sitting back in that Four of Cups energy. Give them a bit more benefit of the doubt. They may be wondering how they can reach out to you now and be honest about this Nine of Cups energy that they were in, where they were obsessed with themselves. They were overindulgent with something. They acted selfishly. But at the moment, they just can't do it. And that's why they're in that Four of Cups energy. I still don't feel, though, that you should be hanging around expecting it, because it's taken this person so long to get to this point and to recognise it. For them to actually take action is a completely different issue. Let's nudge you back here. Wowza, this reading feels really powerful. It might not feel like it from your end, but the surge and the change in the energy, because you're being looked at so differently. And I'm hearing again, Gemini. There'll be a shift during Gemini, but it's not about digging your heels in with the universe and sitting waiting for Gemini season, Gemini period, which starts the third week in May. It's about moving forward and just allowing time to unfold, allowing the universe to bring things in when it's necessary, because the universe, the high vibrational energy, it's coming in anyway, because you've got that Wheel of Fortune card there. What else is going on then, please Spirit, with Aries parties, environment? What's going on within their day to day that apparently we're not aware of? Well, there's realization and enlightenment here, and a Ten of Wands energy, and Six of Swords, Aquarius energy. Okay, let me try and get hold of this here. Some of you won't have reached this point yet. This will be a completely predictive reading, but this energy that they're in, the Sun card, Ten of Wands, Six of Swords energy. The Six of Swords is ruled by Mercury, which is all about the communication. And I feel this is when there's going to be movement forward. Yep, Mercury retrograde is falling. I think it's round about the beginning of May. But there's a recognising here of needing to move on. And it may be a trigger with it may be a trigger, with communication, correspondence, something like that during the Mercury retrograde period. And when you're out of that period, it'll move forward. But there's a light bulb moment now of this responsibility that I have, whatever it is that I've been given that I need to sort out, I need to move on from. There's a not wanting to let go, there's a having to let go, and that's the difference. But I feel there's another factor that's involved here, maybe another person. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this Six of Swords is about. What have we got here, please, Spirit? Tell me you've no shuffle to take from the bottom. The Sun again. And the Ace of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, more Leo energy. And there we've got it. Queen of Wands. And there we've got the Page of Swords. And Eight of Wands, more communication. There's fear here that you're moving on. And if this is a third party connection, and the High Priestess that's over here is somebody that is being kept a secret, there's a wanting of more. There's an ultimatum that has been given within their environment, and I feel your party doesn't want the responsibility, or somebody doesn't. And for one person, it was the Page of Wands energy. I know I said Page of Swords before, I'm sorry. And it was enthusiastic, it was flirtatious. Because with that Page of Wands as well, whilst it is vibrating in that type of energy, it isn't a rooted energy. It can be a very in and out energy. It hasn't got the long term to it, because it's a newer energy. It's a fresher energy. It's not quite a grounded energy, so they can step in and out of interests or situations, relationships with people quite quickly, because they don't really know where they're at yet. They don't fully understand where they're at. And I feel there's a passionate vibe that's gone on here with that Queen of Wands energy that I got to clarify from the bottom of the deck. And someone's wanting of more and the other person isn't, and they're just saying it's time to move on. Alternatively, the Page of Wands wants to keep it at Page of Wands energy. This Queen of Wands is asking for more, for something more committed. They don't want to give that, the Page doesn't, and now the Queen simply wants to move on. What can you give me, please, Spirit? What concerns, fears or anxieties does Aries parties have moving forward, whether they're with Aries or not, on this Wheel of Fortune energy? King of Cups, Four of Wands. There's that divine connection. The fears, their concerns, their anxieties is that you're going to come into alignment with something more balanced. You're going to get that happy ever after, whatever that is for you. And it's not going to be with them. and you're gonna get that Four of Wands, exactly what we was talking about at the beginning. You're in an energy at the moment of 3, that collaborating or wanting to have conversations, chats between yourselves of how you can build, or at least talk to try and build a foundation. This Four of Wands being that foundation. And the concern is you're going to move forward and you're going to get that foundation. You're going to get that balance, that coming together with somebody that you are in alignment with. These 2 people here who are celebrating, similar to the 2 people that are up here on this Lovers energy that's there, and they know there's something bigger than themselves now. They may not be putting it down to the universe, they may be, but they know there's no stopping you now, and you're going to find something else more fulfilling. And this is that King of Cups energy. This King of Cups, yeah, it may be a Libra or a Scorpio. It doesn't have to be, but it can represent as well harmony, balance with emotions and logic, and they just don't want you to have it. They want you to keep it about them. At the bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, because they're going to be stood there looking back at the errors of their ways, wondering if you was the one, and they sabotage the opportunity with you, but you're going on for more. There's no stopping you now, because it's a force bigger than yourself. It's something bigger than the actions you have taken. And I feel this is your manifestations as well that you will have put out into the universe, and the universe is going, okay, we're going to reward you with it now, and we're moving you forward because you don't need to put up with this bullshit. Page of Pentacles for me, that can also be putting your manifestations out into the universe. 10 of Pentacles for me can be your manifestations being put out there. Law of attraction, and you're really working on that, and Spirit's bringing this bloody nuisance of a toxic situation to an end for you, and this is their fear. You're moving on to more. Spirit's telling me now to take from another deck. So this 2 of Wands energy, over the next 6 weeks or in the near future, wherever you are identifying within this reading, what you're likely to experience, I'm absolutely blown with this energy. It's like a whirlwind, you know. It's if you're not at this energy yet, this progressive energy, I can't put it into words, but it's absolutely fantastic energy. It really is a fab reading. I feel so sorry. I'm so sorry if you're not in this energy yet at the moment, but when you know what is coming with this positive vibe, this positive flair, this unstoppable energy that is coming in for you, what you've manifested, created, and really put out there to the universe, and it's now being rewarded back to you because you're meeting the universe halfway. It's a simple, I can't even get my words out. It's a fabulous energy. Over the next 6 weeks or in the near future, what is Spirit predicting will unfold with this 2 of Wands energy. Well, oh my God, that card shot out there. 4 of Wands. Next card, 10 of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles, that Capricorn energy again. Right, you're going to have to give me a moment with this one. I need to kind of get myself together. So a decision's going to be made then, or you're going to be making a choice, or someone's going to be making a choice that this upset, whatever it is that you want to let go of, it can't be held on to anymore. I feel for some of you, you will be picking what's most stable for you because there's a wanting to feel safe with that 4 of Pentacles energy. There's something that's there that you just can't part with or take a risk with. And that's why the finality is coming in with the 10 of Swords energy. For others of you that are dealing with somebody that you're no longer with, I feel this is an ultimatum that you're going to put out there, that there's a needing now to move on, that they need to start cooperating. It's a very onward and upwards dropping of responsibilities, or take responsibility, deal with them, and then we can drop all these issues that we've got and just move on. But your party still may not cooperate with that. Reason I'm saying that, because at the bottom of the deck is because of this Five of Swords again. They're going to keep that conflict going. They're going to try and create that divide if it is that you're moving on. Spirit's taking me back though, because if it is that you are involved with somebody and it is a third party connection, this will be the time now where the choice is made and an ending is brought to something, because the party you was in a third party connection with may have somebody else lined up now who is able to give them what you can't, Aries, because you're already in a connection, maybe a long-term connection. And whilst you're happy to keep it in this Page of Wands, quite play type energy, this Queen of Wands wants more. And that Four of Pentacles can be you holding on to what you've got, your assets, the tangible, the current situation that you're in, the not wanting to rock the boat and deal with anything that's going to have to be dealt with, that's stopping you from moving forward because of the conflict that may come from it, this Five of Swords energy. And I feel this is where, if you was involved with the Queen of Wands, remember, not gender specific, male or female, they'll move on because there's somebody that's interested in them or something else that they're moving towards to help them to move on from you, that'll fill them with more. I'm sorry, don't hate me, it's just how it's coming through in the cards, but you just apply the energy as and where. But there's definitely finality here. I mean, it's all over the reading. There's definitely holding back and not wanting to part with a current situation, if it's either to avoid conflict or if it's to create conflict. But there's a prevention of wanting to move on, and for an energy to be kept about a particular person, whether Aries that be you, or whether it's a party you're involved with and they want to keep your attention about them. But there's a wanting of a party moving on here, and they've had a massive realization. I mean, we've got two Sun cards there, a Judgment card and a Star card, two Ace of Swords, two Four of Wands. It may even be that it's a twin flame connection. I mean, we've had fours out twice. We've had the Two of Cups, the Lover's energy, but there's somebody that's going through the depth of it at the moment, and there's fear of the tangible, of the assets, but you've had an impact on them, or they've had an impact on you, but they are trying to think logically at the moment. Yep, Spirit's just said to me, pick up the deck. The foundation of the reading, the King of Swords, a removal of feelings, trying to think logically. And this is their fear moving forward, that you're going to come into alignment with somebody else who's more fitting. And I feel it'll then overshadow the relationship you have with them, and they'll no longer feel as important or as impactful on you, maybe of what you originally said. This has been an absolute whopper. I'd say go and get yourself a wine, but it's only dinner time. But hey ho, if that's your thing, go for it. This really has been something, and I can see now yeah. Let me know with this one. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Sending the most humongous hugs out your way, and yeah, use that full moon in Libra energy. Use it as a resource, and yeah, over and out. Bye.